Hi everyone, it is Fitz back here in the Cats and Dogs studio. They're turning around Bramlage Coliseum for the women's game and playing music in the background, which YouTube doesn't like when you do that with videos. So I came home. I got Daphne here, camouflaged by the couch, but a little dog love after a 75-72 home loss to TCU, which puts a giant hole in Kansas State's postseason plans. Now to get to 9-9, that magical number Jerome Tang keeps discussing, they've got to win a road game. Maybe it comes Monday night at Texas. But the underlying issues of this team were apparent on Saturday morning at Bramlage Coliseum against the Frogs. And even though they did a lot of stuff wrong, they were in this game until TCU hit a buzzer beater from 3 to win the contest. And saved themselves, honestly, from going to overtime, because you don't want to go to overtime with Jerome Tang's K-State teams, apparently. First, your reminder, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. We kind of stagnated a little bit. Let's get it going. Let's get it going again. Hit the thumbs up. Leave those comments. We love it all. Daphne absolutely loves it. She's very emotional, as you can tell. Look, this team turned the ball over too much early in the game. They stopped it late at 14 turnovers. They didn't have a turnover for quite a while to end this game, and that helped them come back from a 10-point deficit in the second half to TCU. They had a 10-point lead over TCU in the first half and then went on a 5.5 to almost 6-minute run without a point and let TCU score 11 straight to take the lead. And that kind of defined the game in many ways. That K-State had an opportunity to knock someone out early and just simply couldn't do it. They just let that door open and TCU came through it. This team had some costly turnovers, but actually outscored TCU on points off of turnovers, so that was a positive. I thought K-State's defense at times was really good, and at other times it was absolute trash. They gave up a lot of free runs to the rim in half-court defense that it's hard to explain, and I know Jerome Tang can't be very happy. But really, they knew coming in they were going to have to keep TCU off the offensive boards, and they failed. They failed miserably. 20 of TCU's 75 points came off of offensive rebounds and stickbacks. And almost all of them were no-brainers. They just got easy rebounds and laid them back in. K-State was only out-rebounded by 4 in this game, but the issues just were obvious. Every time they seemed like they'd got them cleared up, something else popped up. This is a horrible passing team. This is a bad dribbling team. And it's really impacting their ability to run offense because they might be in a good sequence of movement and everything, and then someone throws a pass that's a foot away from the defender's reach, and they have to go get it, and it just breaks the rhythm. It's just the lack of attention to detail with this group of kids has got to be driving the coaches insane. It is stunning how casual they get at times with dribbling and passing. And then they find themselves forcing up some shots. I thought K-State actually ran pretty good offense at times, but this team has proven not to be very good shooting from the outside. They went 1 of 15 from three-point range. As a team, they hit 1 3-pointer, and it was Arthur Kaluma in the first half. You know, when you've got guys that you're counting on to make baskets, particularly from the outside, and, you know, you had Cam Carter and Tyler Perry combined for an 0 for 9, and Kaluma was 1 of 5. Day-Day Ames missed the other one. You're going to really have problems winning because you're counting on those guys hitting shots. It wasn't really great defense that forced them to miss. They missed some open looks, and Jerome Tang spoke about it after the game that, you know, you just got to make these shots. As opportunities arise, you got to make shots. But as we look at the bigger picture now, K-State falls overall to 15-10 and 5-7. And now they seem solidly on track for an NIT bid. But with 6 games remaining in conference play, they might be getting a little close to the number that might make the NIT a little uncomfortable. But I think any team that's above 500 overall in the Big 12 is going to get an NIT bid if they don't go to the NCAA tournament. But to get to the 9 wins in conference, they're now 5-7. They have 3 home games remaining. If you're good at math, that means 8 wins can be accomplished, but that includes a really good Iowa State team that will come in for senior night or senior day in Bramlage Coliseum, knowing that they have a chance possibly to win the Big 12 title, regular season title, something that Iowa State just hasn't done. They've been really good in the tournament, but not necessarily getting that regular season title. That might be a great motivator for them. They go Monday night, Kansas State to Texas. They've got to get that if they want to get back on track. Now, Texas is a team that'll let you win on the home court. They're actually better on the road at times this year, which is a baffling outlier in the rest of the Big 12. They also have a road trip to Cincinnati that is tempting to say is one to win, but I think Cincinnati's record is a little bit, the team's better than their record. And I think the analytics, the stats, the ratings all show that Cincinnati is much closer being in the tournament than Kansas State. This was a bad one, in part because it was home, but also, for whatever reason, TCU was a quad 2 game. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry, I'm not going to explain it, but you know, those quad 1 wins are very helpful, and losses are less destructive, so a quad 2 loss is a little bit more destructive by the ratings, and that's just how it played out for Kansas State. 5-7 in the Big 12. They're going to have problems getting to 500. And this season has just gone south, mostly because this team is not defined. It's 6 games left in the regular season, and this team still doesn't know what it can count on and what it actually does so good that other teams can't match up with it. That's it for this postgame talk. Daphne didn't move. Didn't move at all. That kind of inspiration is notable on a game day like this.